Hey, grab your Bibles. We're in Luke 12:48. Let's go. Now, you're probably wondering what's in Luke 12:48 on day 3 of this giving challenge. Well, Luke 12:48, Jesus says these words. He says in the second half of verse 48, "Everyone to whom much was given, of him will much be required. And from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more." The more. It's talking about when we have been given a task, right? The setting of this is servants supposed to do their job. They've been entrusted with something to do. God has entrusted us with life, man. He's given us hope. He's given us families. He's given us a job, whatever that might be, right? And we're all over the map when it comes to that. Everybody's got something different that they're doing, but let's see it as coming from God, and let's see our faithfulness to that task as part of that. Let's see the hard work we put in is going to be for Him, not about the paycheck, not about any of that. And what Jesus is saying, He's saying, okay, so that's out in the workforce, but what about in your life? In Jesus. And I'm not just talking about working at church. That's a big part of it, and giving at church. But you see, here's the point. Jesus gives to us so that we can give to others. And so the more I have materially, the more I am able to give to others. And the less I have materially, maybe the less I have to give to others, right? It's simple mathematics, simple finances, but it's God's kind of finances. You know, it's not like, oh my gosh, I only have this much money, and so my portfolio is going to look weak, and I'm not going to be very impressive, and the numbers just aren't going to be where they need to be. Well, why do those numbers need to be there? Unless those numbers represent lives changed. Unless those numbers represent people that are being helped, right? Starting with your family. And in some ways, starting with you, right? You have needs. We all do. We almost never talk about that. But I gotta eat. You gotta eat. My wife does. My kids do. Okay, start there. Let's make sure they're taken care of. That's your response. That's my responsibility. That's your responsibility. And then the people around you, as you are able, as you are given, and if you are given, I think if God gives us a lot, He wants us to give a lot. I think that's the point. And so the people with the most zeros after their net worth should be the people where there's so many more zeros in their net giving, like what they give. Their actual like time, like money, and not just money, but time and all those other things, but especially in the resources that they have. Because that's what it's all about. That's what Jesus is trying to say. That's why we're given responsibilities to give responsibly and to give, as today talks about, giving abundantly. Like having to focus on that, all right? So again, keep doing those challenges. I hope you're having a great day. Hit that subscribe button and share this with somebody if it's helpful to you, and we'll be back tomorrow for another challenge.